What is up, YouTube? I am Eric and you are watching Retro Video Game Pickups, and in this video we are talking about why I hate pre-orders, and there are a ton of reasons and we'll get into that. But before you do that, if you like games, consoles, or product reviews, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification. With that being said, let's hop into it. Okay, so pre-orders are the absolute worst, or at least I think so, and here is why I think that, and I want to know what you guys think down below as well in the comments. So let your opinion be heard and I will respond and let you know what I think about it. But going into it, pre-orders are the worst, and I'll explain a few reasons why in this video, because honestly pre-orders make it hard to get things that you want, and other times if you pre-order a game, it's really easy to get later on. So I wanted to talk about that for just a little bit in this video. Now, the worst thing about it is when someone says, hey, we're doing this, there's a new special edition console, there's a special edition game, there's exclusive games, whatever it is, normal games, but then you go to pre-order and they're like, sold out. They're like, how can it be a pre-order if it just sold out? Because what a pre-order should be, and I'm gonna be ranty this video and I'm sorry, but what a pre-order should be is a company saying, we're gonna produce these, how many do you guys want? What should I make? Should I make 1,000 of them? Should I make 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, whatever that number is, based on who goes out and actually pre-orders it. But that is not how it works, which just irritates me, and I wish I could we could get away from it and maybe make things better. And honestly, what tends to happen is these pre-orders go up that are limited to 5,000, 10,000, 1,000, whatever, and then you see that console or that game or whatever it is sold on eBay or Craigslist or Facebook for 3 times the value, and you're like, well, if I want one of these, I'm gonna have to pay 3 times the value. And these companies, I wish they would realize it, but they just don't. They're like, well, we made our money, so we're moving on. And you're like, there's so much more money you could make if you did this the right way. And so that is just something that I hate about pre-orders, because what it turns out to be is just a way for flippers, or scalpers is really the right word, to actually make too much money. Because like, if I want to pick up that Kingdom Hearts 3 PlayStation 4, I didn't get it. Let's be honest, I wanted it, it looked really awesome, but I didn't get it because, well, the pre-order sold out in a matter of minutes, and I was like, how is that a pre-order? But I moved on. I hate it when this happens, and it just is bad for the gaming industry. It's bad for gamers because you're not able to get what you want. If you're gonna call it a pre-order, let's make it a pre-order. If it's not gonna be a pre-order and you're just gonna say, hey, you pay for this beforehand and it's limited to 5,000, that would be a different story. But if I'm pre-ordering something, I should be able to tell you, yes, I want to buy this, and the manufacturer should manufacture it and sell it. But that doesn't always happen, which is actually a total shame, because there are so many things that I would pick up that companies would make money off of if they just did it right. Now, I am not going to talk about a specific company in this next kind of section, but I will say there are a few companies that make certain special edition games or limited games. And I'm not pointing at one company here. You guys probably could think of a few. I'm not pointing at one company or anything. I'm pointing at the idea behind it is to sell limited amounts of games in order to make that game but not really serve the gamers. Now what this does is it takes awesome indie games, and multiple companies do this obviously, take multiple indie games and turn them into physical games and release them. And the companies themselves are awesome. I love that they're doing this, but I wish they would do it in better batches or for more people. Now I know that you gotta go to Nintendo and deal with that, but make your pre-order to where I can pre-order it and then say 500 people pre-order it. You only make 500. At 50,000 people, you got more money than you can do this. Now, if that happens, you can always say, well, we got so much demand, it's gonna take a little bit longer to get to you, but these companies take 6 months, 8 months to get these games anyway, so I just am irritated because I wish that there was a way to keep that from happening, but these companies are doing great things. I just wish their quantities and limited numbers would be better. Now, sometimes they say these are rare games and stuff like that, which just jacks the price up, and that sucks. I wish those companies would say, okay, we're putting this game out, here's a pre-order, you've got 2 weeks, a month, whatever the limited amount of time is, and then once that happens, they go and make that many. Or maybe say they make 4,000 people pre-order it. Maybe what they do is they make 5,000 and put those up on their site, and when those are gone, they're gone. That's one thing. But at least give people the option to pre-order it without it being possibility of being sold out, because that kills me when I see a game and I'm like, oh, I want that game, it's on pre-order, I can go pre-order it, and then it's sold out, and I'm like, I don't even get the chance to actually pre-order it, but then later on the next week I see it on eBay for twice as much money, or $200 or whatever, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to afford that. I can't spend 250 bucks on a game that I love, but I mean, I probably have it already or whatever because it's a digital game, but I love that physical aspect, but I can't justify spending that much money. And that's why companies like this, I'd love to see them kind of rethink things and maybe shift away from being oh, we've got 5,000 that we're gonna have on pre-order. That's not a pre-order. Let me pre-order as many as possible until the deadline and then close it off. Don't close it off when you hit 5,000 because that's a big amount for you. You're a company to make money. You have an option to make more money. Why wouldn't you even think about that? So as you can tell, I am somewhat irritated and I'm ranting about this, but honestly, I love those companies and I'm not talking bad about them here. I just wish things were better. Those companies make great things. I've got games over on the shelf that are from them, and I'm not complaining about them whatsoever. That is the disclaimer. But the next thing is when huge companies do it, like Nintendo or Sega Sony or Microsoft do something like this. Whenever the Kingdom Hearts 3 was released, the PlayStation 4 version of it, there was a limited amount. It was like, say, 25,000. But that's not a pre-order in my mind. So what I would love for these companies to come out, and sometimes they do it, but not always, is come out and say, hey, we're releasing this special edition, we're gonna make 50,000 and then it's gonna be sold out. That would be 100% cool with me. I would rush to it and try to get it beforehand, but whenever they say, hey, there's a pre-order up, and then you go and do it and they're like, oh, we sold all of them, you're like... So what I would love to see is those companies change kind of their marketing or the way that they do things, because what I see oftentimes is that'll happen. I'll see a pre-order, it's opened up at 10 a.m. and I'm at work. So I get it at lunchtime, maybe 11:30, 12, whatever time it is, and I go and rush to pre-order and they're like, it's sold out, and I'm like, I wish things would be better, but no worries there. So I think, oh, maybe I can find someone selling it, and I go to eBay, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, wherever I'm looking, and see it for like 2 or 3 times, and I'm just like, you're selling to people that sometimes you can see stacks. They take pictures and there's stacks of games, and I'm just like, obviously this is a scalper and you didn't limit it to them, so they bought it all and now they're trying to mark it up and sell it, and that just kills me. So I love gaming and I love these special editions. I love the limited games, whatever they are, not any company, but just like special editions or games and stuff like that. I love to pre-order them if I can and get them if they're gonna be awesome, and I'm happy about that. But whenever I can't pre-order it, it's just killer and I have issues with that. So I wanted to let you guys know that that's kind of what I was thinking and kind of what I think about pre-orders in general. Now, I go to GameStop, and I'm going to point this out because this happens all the time. I'll go to GameStop whenever a game releases. Like, let's talk about back when the Switch first released, there was a bunch of games coming out that I was going out and getting, like Street Fighter, whatever it was when it first came out, like Bomberman, stuff like that. I would go order it or go pick it up the day that it released and just kind of pick it up from GameStop and go home, or Walmart or Best Buy, wherever I could find it basically. And what would oftentimes happen is I would get these games that weren't huge games. They weren't like Smash Brothers or Zelda or something like that. They were games that were fun, but people probably weren't going to line up at midnight to get. So I would come up the day of, get it, and the GameStop employees are always like, oh, you should have pre-ordered this. And I'm just like, I don't have any reason to. I walked in today and got it. What is my thing is I don't like giving them money and then just waiting and then spending it later. So when I hit up GameStop, when I pre-order stuff, it is only on those big ticket items. I'm talking the Nintendo Switch, a PS4, an Xbox One, stuff like that that I'm going to get on day one, or games that are huge that they might actually sell out of. So that is one thing that I also want to talk about, is that pre-orders, sometimes it's not worth pre-ordering like a normal game that probably isn't going to sell out. So with that being said, I want to know what you guys think. Comment down below. Do you pre-order games? Do you hate pre-ordering? What's your deal? Where do you get your games? All kinds of stuff like that. So comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification because it lets you know when I post more videos, which is almost, if not every day. So with that being said, I want to say thank you so much one more time and make sure you have a good day.